Hello friends, myself Hitesh Shahare, working as an assistant professor at SNJB's Shriman Suryodaya Jain College of Pharmacy, Chandwad. I welcome you all. In this session, I am going to discuss about unclassified antibiotics. So by this session, learners will be able to know FAR and mode of action of chloramphenicol, SAR and mode of action of rifampicin, mode of action of mipirocin, and mode of action of linezolid. So these four drugs we are going to discuss as unclassified antibiotics. So let us start with chloramphenicol. So this is one drug obtained from the Streptomyces species, that is Streptomyces venezuelae. It is having broad spectrum of activity similar to that of tetracyclines. This drug available as salt form, in the form of palmitate as well succinate. So this is what structure of chloramphenicol. It contains three different parts in the structure. This is a para-nitrophenyl. Second part is here 1,3-propanediol, and third part is here dichloroacetamide chain. So by these three parts, the SAR of this drug is studied. So part 1, if we see the SAR, the part 1 is here para-nitrophenyl group. I have shown over here by this yellow circle, this is a nitrophenyl group. So first of all, we'll discuss about this. So the replacement of nitro group by any other substituents that lead to reduction in activity. So this nitro group presence is important. Can we shift this nitro group from para position to any other? Let's see. The shifting of nitro group from the para position. So here it is a para position. If we shift this nitro group from para position, that also reduces the activity. This is about the nitro group. Can we replace this phenyl group? The replacement of phenyl group by the alicyclic moieties result in less potent compound. So this nitro group is essential as well. The phenyl group is essential. Coming to this second part, the SAR of dichloroacetamide side chain. So this is what the part dichloro, 2-chlorine and NHCO. Okay, NHCO, that is for amide, and acetyl group here there was CS3, NHCO, CS3, CS3, but CS3 out of that 2 hydrogen of CS3 are replaced with the chlorine. So first point over here is other dihalo derivatives of the side chain are less potent. Secondly, in case of trihalogen derivatives, there is a CH2 here, that one of the CH is here, that hydrogen can be replaced. So in case of trihalo, means if the hydrogen is replaced here of that CH, it will make trihalogen. Example, substitution with the CF3, trifluoromethyl, that gives around 1.7 times more potency as that of chloramphenicol. Third part is here 1,3-propanediol. So the primary alcoholic group on carbon 1 atom is modified, that result in decrease in activity. Hence the alcoholic group seems to be essential for activity. The chloramphenicol exists in 4 stereoisomers which maintain the activity in only D3O form. D3O isomers having only the antibacterial potency. So this is all about the SAR of chloramphenicol, which was divided in 3 parts. Now coming to the mode of action, I will show you the video over here. Myself Hitesh Shahare. In this session, I am going to discuss mode of action of chloramphenicol. So this is the 30th ribosomal subunit which is on combination with 50th ribosomal subunit form 70S ribosome, on which messenger RNA with its code having two sites, one is A site and another is P site. A site accepts the amino acyl tRNA with its code and coordinate with the code of messenger RNA and form a peptide on P site. So this way process is going on for forming a new peptide by the combination of code of amino acyl tRNA and mRNA. When chloramphenicol binds to 50S ribosomal subunit, it inhibits the peptidyl transferase, which leads to inhibition of peptide bond formation for the next upcoming amino acid. That means elongation of polypeptide chain is inhibited, and so further there is no protein synthesis in bacteria that lead to the death of bacteria. Thank you. So this is all about the mode of action, just what we have seen here in the animated format. Now the clinical uses of chloramphenicol. So it is used mainly for intraocular infections, in bacterial meningitis, in case of rickettsia infections and meningococcal meningitis. So in these different cases, this chloramphenicol is used. Adverse effect, it causes the main side effect over here as gray baby syndrome. So cyanosis, vomiting, green stools and vasomotor collapse, these are symptoms of gray baby syndrome. Another side effect as bone marrow depression, that means thrombocytopenia or granulocytosis or plastic anemia. The common side effect as nausea, vomiting, hypersensitive reactions, rashes, fever and diarrhea. So these are certain side effects of the chloramphenicol. This is a synthetic scheme for chloramphenicol as starting material 1,4-nitrophenyl ethanol. Now coming to the second example of unclassified antibiotic, that is rifampin, or you can say rifampicin. So it is similar to that of macrocyclic antibiotic, that means azithromycin, erythromycin, the big structure, macrostructure. This drug is obtained from Streptomyces mediterranei, that means it is also obtained from the Streptomyces species. Rifampin belongs to enzamycin class that consists of rifamycin A, rifamycin B, C, D and E. It is also having broad spectrum of activity that act against various kind of species of microorganism. This drug can penetrate well to the CSF, that means cerebrospinal fluid, and used in the treatment of tuberculosis meningitis, and also used to treat the leprosy. The major side effect of rifampin is hepatotoxicity. So now take a look on structure of this. So here it is a structure for rifampin, a big structure, macrostructure like a macrocyclic. So any modification on the structure that not retain the activity, mode of action of rifampin. So double-stranded DNA in bacterial cell with the help of DNA-dependent RNA polymerase, that means by the action of DNA-dependent RNA polymerase that convert this double-stranded DNA into single-stranded mRNA. But rifampin or rifampicin binds to this and form a complex with the enzyme and inhibit the action of enzyme. So if it inhibits the DNA dependent RNA polymerase in mycobacteria with the help of forming drug enzyme complex, and this complex result in suppression of initiation of chain formation in RNA synthesis, that means formation of single stranded mRNA. So likewise it inhibits the formation of RNA synthesis and it produces bactericidal action. Next drug, mupirocin. This drug isolated from Pseudomonas fluorescens. Its administration by the systemic route result in rapid hydrolysis by the enzyme esterase to maionic acid, that is the inactive form. It is used in the treatment of topical infections, and there are chances to develop resistance due to poor cellular penetration of the antibiotic. This is the structure for mupirocin. It acts by binding reversibly with the bacterial isolysyl transferase RNA synthase and prevent the incorporation of isoleucine into the bacterial proteins. This is a mode of action for mupirocin. And the last drug of the session is linezolid. It belongs to the oxazolidinedione chemical class. This is the oxazolidinedione ring having the broad spectrum of activity. It binds to 30S and 50S ribosomal subunit, which prevent the interaction between the two subunits. So there is no coordination of the 30S and 50S to form a 70 ribosome, so that inhibit, or there is no initiation for the protein synthesis because of unavailability of 70S ribosome. It is used in the treatment of skin, soft tissue infection and the drug resistant to the gram-positive infection. So this is all about the unclassified antibiotic. Now, students most of time face how to remember the big structure like rifampicin. So I have one video to show you and how to remember the structure for chloramphenicol as well structure for rifampin. So please take a look on that video.
Hello friends, myself Hitesh Shahare. I welcome you all. In this video, I will tell you about how to draw the structure of chloramphenicol and rifampicin. So first of all, chloramphenicol, the name of drug indicates us presence of chlorine, presence of phenylene, presence of nitroglycerol and presence of hydroxyglucose. So start with this. Phenylene, which contains the nitrophenol. Next part from SAR, it indicates us implanted 3-part parallel to phenyl groups, 1,3-propane-diol and diachloroacetamide section that again give us the hint to remember the structure of chloramphenicol. So 1,3-propane-diol, so it is a 1,3-propane-diol, the second part, and third part here, dichloroacetamide side chain. So it is a structure for chloramphenicol. Next structure is rifampicin. Or it is also known as rifampicin. It's a big structure, but when you start from one side and try to come to the other side with the some hint, it will be very easy After this second ring here, then go for common substitutions. So here hydroxy group, hydroxy group. After this, then other common substitution. Afterward, what the remaining two positions are there that you have to complete.
So it is a amine linkage.
This one,
With the piperazine ring.
start with the amine function. Then this is a carbon. Carbon group, other side.
So it become amide.
Okay, likewise, connected with this bond. Now we are having this one. You just remember this half phenyl ring, half benzene ring. This will be one pyramid. Get the second pyramid. Get the third pyramid. So likewise, you remember 1, 2, 3 and try to get this. Likewise, similar to this. Okay. Next to this, what we have here, these three pyramids. Similarly, we have to get O here on the left side. So this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be a 3. Afterward, you have to get here oxygen and connect here. So I have this different pyramid 1, 2 and these are 3. Likewise, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Afterwards, here will be the bond connected to this. Bond is here. Then go for different substitution. Now we are having this skeleton nucleus. Now go for substitution of this. Apart, except from this, over here, you just place methyl groups, and then there is an alternate system as like what we have seen for the macrolide. CH3OH, CH3OH. So again you consider here this CH3 will match here, means you are correct with this. Again CH3, again OH. So likewise you have to complete the structure. Now here last two hydroxy groups, the hydrogen is replaced. In this case it is a simply methyl, it is a methoxy. Here it is a acetyl group. So likewise you can remember the structure of rifampicin. Hope you understood how to remember the structure. So I have started from one side and tried from the other side. Thank you.
So hope you understood about the all unclassified antibiotics and enjoyed the session. Thank you.